Hi there, Joka here, and today I'm sharing how I made these two cards with the Spellbinders January Small Die of the Month kit. So here's the die kit. You will have this ornate frame, and you can obviously die cut them all together or separately as well. And as you see, they are very intricate. And here's what I'm gonna do. I am planning on two cards, and I'm just going to do like a 2-for-1. So I am die cutting the whole thing, well, except for the hearts, from a light pink cardstock. And I'm going to use just this frame for one of the cards and the other inner piece that you see on the left in the die for the other card. And I have to clean this up because it's full of those, as you see, those tiny little circles, and which you probably could stitch around. I was actually thinking about it, but then dismissed that idea. So I'm cleaning this one up as well, and really I wish this was this fast, but I mean the inner piece is not too bad. It's not a lot of small pieces in there. So that's the heart, and there's also another layer to it. I will be using that too, but I will also mix in the large die from this month. So I am thinking Valentine's Day here, so this is why I'm going with this kind of color scheme, pinks and reds and whites. So I'll back this piece here with a darker pink cardstock, and I actually considered leaving it as is. I mean, this was the original plan, but then I don't know, for some reason I didn't like it. I actually like it now, so I don't know why, but I'm gonna trim off the excess on the sides, and then I'll just add white cardstock to the back. And here is where the large die kit comes in. I'm using these hearts instead. These are, I think, about the same size, slightly smaller than the heart in the small die kit. And these are so there's 3 layers to them. You can watch the other video because I have that too. So I kind of messed them up here, I believe, the order. So I mean, obviously you can use them as is, no problems with it, but I wanted to have the bottom layer red, and then as you come up, I wanted to have the darker pink and the lighter pink on top. And I have no idea how I don't know how I didn't have the right ones in the first the first time, but I will be using those two on another card. So for this card, with the frame, I'm die cutting 2 of these layered hearts, because I kind of thought that one in the middle was just not enough, or one at the, I didn't like just one at the top, so eventually I ended up using 2. And I will also add some red backing. You can see here that I'm die cutting just the heart without the pattern, and because I kind of wanted to have a bit more pop of red on my card. And so the idea is that I'll turn this into a shaker card, which, you know, I know they are popular and I really love the look, but I don't quite like making them myself. Yeah, I think there's many reasons to this. Maybe I will mention here and there. So I'm using these Clearview sheets, these acetate sheets from Fun Stamper's Journey. You can buy these on the Spellbinders website. And as you can see, this is the first time I'm actually using them because I recently got them. So I'm using my ATG glue for this. I'm attaching the acetate to the cardstock. And okay, so here's the first problem, or at least it's my issue, why I don't like making shaker cards. I don't trust glue. I do believe that this glue that I'm using as well, especially the foam tape, you could easily peel off the acetate. Liquid glue, absolutely not with acetate. No, I don't know. Maybe there are liquid glues, but I just cannot imagine that would not peel off, as they dry. So yeah, I'm all about making things to last, a lifetime. So I don't like using stuff that I know will fall apart at some point. So this is one of those examples. I hope that it stays together. At the moment it does look well put together, but I just never know. So here I'm layering up my hearts, and for this I'm using liquid glue. Obviously it's cardstock, so for that it's good. And you see me use my either the tweezer or that pokey tool that I have to clean up the excess glue, because these are such thin lines that even though I'm really just adding really thin lines of glue, it still kind of oozes through. So these are the hearts, and I will add foam tape to these to add to the acetate, which again I'm quite sure that you could remove if you wanted. So here's the card base. It's just the standard 5.5 by 4.25 inch top folding card base, which is a bit larger than my frame. And I'm adding, like I said, I'm adding some foam tape to the hearts, and I will add these to the front of my card, so the basically on top of the acetate. And here I'm pulling out some pinks and reds and whites of all kinds of things like pearls and beads and sequins and stuff like that, just to mix it for my shaker. Yeah, I mean, I do have quite a few of these, but I don't really use them very much, really only for shaker cards lately. But I'm pretty sure I bought them for another reason many years ago. But yeah, it makes me happy when I can finally use something from my stash, All right, so I'm adding the hearts, and then basically the only thing left to do on this card is the sentiment. And I'm also starting to work at the same time on my next card. This is a Fun Stampers Journey embossing folder. They are fantastic. I have so many of them, and I absolutely love creating texture with them, and especially when I'm making a white background. So I don't really like a lot of white, so if it's white, then it has to be textured for me. So since this is like a Valentine's Day card, or all about hearts, I use the heart design one. Now, as you see, I'm using the die cut that I originally messed up earlier. I didn't want it to go to waste. So this is the big red heart. This is the one that is in this kit. And the one that I'm gluing now is the one from the large kit. And yeah, they have totally different patterns, but I didn't want the small one to go to waste. So I just glued it on top of the other one. And then basically you only have like a a small pop of red around the heart, and the other pattern doesn't bother me in the background. And because I die cut this piece from a darker pink as well for the heart, I think, I'm also using up this die cut, so I basically offset the top layer a little bit so that you can see both colors. You will probably see this in the close-up photos, not now. And then this card is pretty much done as well. I'm just adding some red twine again for a little bit of accent. And then I'll just have the sentiment to go, for which I'm pulling out my glimmer system. It's not something I very often do, I will be honest. Mostly I use it when I need sentiment strips, and I had used up all my red ones for Christmas. You see this gorgeous, gorgeous red foil. I absolutely adore it. And I don't know, I just wanted some more red on my cards. So yeah, I am using, I don't remember the name of this set, but it's the sentiment set that is not Christmas themed. As you see, it's like birthday, just a note. I'm gonna add this in the description box below, and then you can see which one this is. But originally, actually, I wanted to foil another sentiment set that's I'm not sure if it's called Yana's Sentiments, but definitely it's one of Yana's designs. Those are a mixed font, and you get dies with them as well, but they are quite small, and they don't totally got lost on my card design. You will see me foil those as well here in a second. And usually when I take out my machine, because basically the biggest issue is that I don't have space, and to foil here, especially on camera. So this is Yana's Sentiments, the ones that I was talking about. So basically to foil, especially on camera, I have to do a lot of setup because I don't have a plug here. So yeah, it's not easy. So when I take it out, then I'll foil a lot of these. So I'm not showing everything I foiled, but I did a few different colors, and so I always have sentiments on hand, which is why probably you always see me use these same sentiments on my Spellbinders cards, and then I just don't have to think about looking for stamps or anything. All right, so here I'm trying to still set up for the smaller sentiments. Really don't look at what I'm doing, because I'm sure Spellbinders and Yana, they have a lot of pro videos on how to do this. I'm no expert. I probably do this just a few times a year, and sometimes it turns out okay, sometimes I overfoil, and I just don't have enough experience to don't rely on my results. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's where I'm trying those little sentiments, but they just didn't work. So I will use those on other projects in the future. So I'm just picking out some of the sentiment strips, and I'll add some foam tape to these as well. I chose some that foiled better. I mean, I had some mistakes on the ones that I showed as well earlier, even though on camera it was not visible. But yeah, I really like the foiling result. And also, so here you see the sparkle. Unfortunately, these winter lights didn't let my camera pick up the foil. You will see the close-ups here. You cannot really see the sparkle, but it's beautiful in real life. So all right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.